As much as this subquery does the trick, there are, I think, better ways. And one of the best ways I can think of is using the sentence or the keyword with. Now, one of the problems that we've currently got is this derived table can only be used once in the overall query. If I wanted to use it a second time, then I would have to write it out again and again. Thankfully, such complicated queries are out of the scope of this exam. But the principle isn't. Let's say I wanted to write a select statement that I wanted to have the ability to reuse in the same select statement. Well, what I can do is move this down, this bit, that's the end, and I can say with my table as. So what this with does is it says this subquery, I want you to store it temporarily for the select statement as my table. So now we can create a select query, select star from my table. And it's a bit of a standalone query now. I mean, yes, you need the bit above to make sense of it, but isn't that so much clearer than what we had before? So if I called this, instead of my table, if I called it a table with ranking, there we go. So now select star from table with ranking where the rank is less than or equal to 5. Doesn't that just make it so much easier? Now I have to say I love the with command. It just adds such a clarity. And again, because it is a subquery, you can run it separately. It makes debugging so much easier. You can add additional tables as well and have that all in the one select query at the end. So let's say we want another one which has all of the table transactions for the year 2014. So I don't need to repeat the word with, I just need a comma to separate it. So I'm going to call this transactions 2014 as, and I select everything from table transaction where the date of the transaction is less than 2014 or 101. Now notice that it runs as it is. I haven't included this new table, but there's no syntactic error. So I'm now going to join this table. So left join transaction. Notice it's in the autocomplete on table with ranking dot employee number is equal to transaction table dot employee number and filter by order by that table. So now it gets both tables which I can highlight, calculate separately, evaluate separately, and it just joins them. It just makes everything much clearer. You will soon find you have got incredibly dense code if you have to pack everything together with subqueries. But this isn't dense at all. Yes, you have to look up to all of the withs to understand it, but if you have judicious naming of these derived tables, your end meaning is so much clearer. So I can heartily recommend to you the with statement. Now notice all of this is one statement. The fact that we've got select starting all the way down here it doesn't matter. We just have this with at the top, gives us these derived tables, and then we can use them in the select query. Now I can't use it thereafter. I can't do another select star with ranking because that will give me an error. Its scope is just this one select statement.